Have Sel Sarkin with me. Say hello, Sel.
Hi everyone, pleased to be here.
And Sel, we're going to talk about the healing benefits of plant medicine. He's in the latest issue of Radiance Magazine. He has extensive expertise, and actually, you're someone who works closely with plant medicine as a holistic practitioner.
That's true.
And now, a lot of people are saying, well, wait a minute, isn't plant medicine just to, I don't know, go have fun, go have a crazy time? What's all this about healing?
So the first thing I ask people is, were plant medicines researched in a laboratory a decade ago or in recent times? The important thing to understand with plants or funguses, or actually the basis of medicine in general, is the origin of that comes from venoms and poisons.
Okay.
How old are these substances? And if these substances are ancient as of time itself, surely they must contain some higher intelligence which is there innately to work on your behalf.
Now that is wisdom that you are speaking right now, and much of the business and medical establishment aren't into ancient wisdom. They just want to know about their quarterly earnings. But
absolutely.
You recently did some work with some cancer patients with a plant medicine. Which particular plant medicine was it?
So the name of this particular medicine is, or the molecule is 5-MeO-DMT, which is 5-methoxydimethyltryptamine.
Yep.
And it's now become known as the God molecule. And a gentleman by the name of Martin Ball gave it the term the crown jewel of all entheogens. So it's a very, very deep, profound medicine. And if you serve this medicine, or someone with a medical condition imbibes this particular medicine, what happens is they go on an incredibly deep journey into themselves. So let's say you offer this medicine to someone who has a medical condition, and you don't really know too much about the cause of the condition, the background of this person. Why would you offer a substance like this to someone who has a medical condition, let's say like cancer?
Yeah, why would it be so important for them to get to know themselves better to cure this ailment,
right,
this disease?
So we've carried this notion perhaps for around 2,000 years, that if there's something wrong with the body, let's go to the body to fix it.
Or cut it out.
Or cut it out. The discussion really hasn't been around, if there is something going on with your body, perhaps it's influenced by something that's incongruous in your spirit or your soul. There can be a trauma, there can be emotional upset, conflict. And so if we resolve some of those issues, will it cure up or clear up in the body? And in that case, if it's so simple that we can heal the spirit, we don't even need medicines for the body, because you yourself are a pharmacy. You make your own medicines internally, and that means if you resolve the traumas, blocks, issues in yourself, you'll make the medicines to heal yourself. That seems a logical approach, but the discussion has been squashed for perhaps 2,000 years.
So then what you're talking about doing is clearing the way so the body can do what it was born to do and heal itself.
Right. Because whenever there's internal conflict, the body will manifest some condition, some aches and pains, some sickness, something that you're going to suffer. And if you take care, we have spoken about is psychology.
Yes.
Right. This person ailment, something that's incongruous. So then the person goes for therapy with a psychotherapist. Do they become physically better? Maybe. Well, what's common is depression, anxiety, things like that. You go to a therapist, if it's a psychiatrist, they're going to put you on antipsychotics, antidepressants, and so on. do those antidepressants really help you?
They don't cure you. They don't get rid of it.
They don't cure
Yeah.
you. Right. So we've got a sort of a psychiatry or psychology as a means of helping the body. But it's pretty poor. In many cases, I would say it's quite a pathetic approach.
So what works, you mentioned the God molecule, it's also known by another name?
There's several names: toad medicine,
Toad medicine.
bufo, from the toad Bufo alvarius, and the common name for the toad is the Sonoran desert toad.
So the people with advanced stages of cancer have taken this. It's not that it goes to where the cancer is, but it helps them mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Is that correct?
Not correct.
Okay.
Well, let's backtrack a little.
Okay.
And so, I've known people with stage 4 cancer who've taken very large doses of psilocybin or magic mushrooms. And where the oncologist has said you have a few weeks left to live, after they took these large doses of the mushrooms, well, then they went on from a few weeks to live to months and perhaps even years.
What happened there? How did those mushrooms help them?
What happened there? So when you're at stage 4 cancer or you're coming to the end days, the question that you're going to ask yourself is, am I ready to leave my body? Or do I still want to stay in this body because I have things to do, I have people to love, that I love, that I want to take care of. I don't want to leave just yet.
Sure.
And so when you have this dialogue in the spirit world, and then you come back with this determination of, I'm ready to stay here for a little longer, you begin to heal.
Okay, so the conversation the person had in the spirit world,
in the spirit world,
in the
that's
journey
the
of the plant medicine, the journey,
Correct.
something happened there that caused them to see their life in a different perspective.
Correct.
Okay.
Because there's something that drives the cancer. And that's often fear, that's often stress, anxiety, and perhaps even the whole environment where the person just doesn't feel that they can do it on their own.
So the problem here then is the medical establishment doesn't believe that we're in charge of the cancer, that we have any effect on it, when in fact, many holistic practitioners understand that we created it.
We do that, and there's reasons behind that. In fact, if you want to do a simple test, take somebody and give them a blood test. And the blood comes back absolutely normal. But you give them information, and that information is the following. I'm sorry to tell you, but you have cancer. Right? That information by itself can actually cause the person to get cancer. That's how powerful information can be.
And it's information, it's the placebo effect. Joe Dispenza says we are the placebo effect.
We are the placebo. So
we are the placebo.
In the same way that you can give somebody negative information, which causes a massive shock.
Yes.
Right? In the same way, if you give a person some loving information, saying, well, all right, we find something, but you're just a little bit out of balance, and we're going to do a few things, and soon you're going to be good to go. Right?
That's a more loving,
you're encouraging that
nurturing
person. Now they don't feel threatened. They don't feel this is the death sentence they've been given. But the contrary, the opposite, is they've been given some information which is going to help them.
Right.
And so just from that alone, a person can heal.
So I imagine,
isn't that beautiful?
It is.
That is beautiful.
I imagine people have stage 3 or stage 4 cancer, and somebody tells them, contact Sel Sarkin. He can take care of it. Or maybe people don't even wait that long and they say, I don't want to go through chemo, I don't go through it. How can I unravel this?
Right.
And you work with those people, and you told,
Right, so it actually comes down to the same thing, that a person can have a medical condition. Why do they have a medical condition? Well, they're looking to heal themselves, and it's usually on many levels.
Yes.
Right? but the fact is that they've manifested a medical condition. So plant medicines can certainly help them there. On the same line, someone without a medical condition is still looking for inner growth, inner exploration, looking for peace, harmony, love, all these things. That same plant, right, will have remarkable benefits.
Yes.
Whether a person is sick, medically disabled, or just healthy and looking for spiritual growth, either way, they're going to benefit. And that's what's so beautiful about when plant medicines are taken under the right conditions, people benefit in the most amazing ways. And for me to be there to witness this is such a gift. It's such a gift.
You said people heal on many levels.
Many, many levels.
We don't go into our medical doctors and saying, by the way, how many levels are you going to heal me on?
So, a person is often carrying from, let's say, past lives, their ancestors. There can be addictions. There can be so many traumas, whether it be sexual abuse. How many women in the United States have been sexually and mentally abused as children? Apparently it's 1 in 3. That is a huge number. So if somebody has been traumatized and the use of spirit medicines can let them release those traumas, release those blocks, how amazing is that to watch a person heal naturally, beautifully, and then they can go on to share the love that they have for themselves, or this newfound love, with others. And that to me is really the key or core of community. That when somebody is held and supported in community because they're struggling and suffering, and they turn that around, they then go on to help others in the community. And that's what I love to see.
You can find Sel on Facebook, mostly Sel, S-E-L, Sarkin, if you want more information. You also represent a group called Psychedelia Los Angeles, which is on Meetup and Facebook as well, where you give talks out there in Southern California.
Right, so I have an integration circle that happens every second Tuesday of the month, and you can go on Meetup or on Facebook, look up Psychedelia Los Angeles, and there's an integration circle that you are welcome to come to every second Tuesday of the month.
And people who are interested in plant medicine, you let them know the countries they can go to where it's legal.
Right.
And people learn, Costa Rica,
Mexico,
what have
Guatemala, they're all fairly close proximity.
And they come back and they learn how to integrate those experiences, and you help with that. And I've been there. You're a very wise influence on those people, and it's a great work that you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. So find Sel Sarkin on Facebook, S-E-L Sarkin, S-A-R-K-I-N, and thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.